I'm Addison Lang. I'm Group 7 Discussion Board 8 leader. Number 1. Describe the dramatic situation. The dramatic situation described is the author's inability to visibly see anything. During the poem, it is very dark, and consequently, the author cannot see anything but darkness. When this happens, the author's imagination runs rampant, and the inner evils inside the author creep into his mind. Number 2. Describe the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme presented in this poem was a little confusing at times. You could either interpret the poem as the basic A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G rhyme scheme, or A, B, C, B, D, E, D, E, F, G, H, G, I, I rhyme scheme. Number 3. Name the subjects for each of the following verbs. Gives. The subject for gives in line 5 is either the ability to see or whomever the poem is referring to at that particular moment. Confounds. The subject of confounds in line 7 is fear. Forge and raise. The subject for the words forge and raise in line 8 is your brain or imagination. Summarize in a few sentences the development of the poem's argument in the quatrains and the couplet. The author has the ability to see until the sun goes down and the narrator is immersed in darkness. Once it is dark, it is suggested you not be afraid of your imagination, but that does not work. Once one's sense is weakened, the remaining 4 have to heighten, which then causes all of the author's once buried fears to come alive in his mind. The darkness exposes all of the author's inner evils. Number 5. Describe the theme and basic paradox informing it. The basic theme of the poem is that once nightfall comes and the ability to see leaves someone, the inner evils and inner fears come alive through your imagination. There were a few paradoxes in the poem, one of them being that the author says he cannot physically see, but mentally he can see everything. Another paradox is that when it is light out, humans hide the true fears, even though humans can see in the light. The final paradox is that when the light disappears, humans become afraid and attempt to escape their fears, but are unable to do so because the fears are inside one's head. Part 2. After considering in your own mind the dramatic situation and the development of the argument in this poem, state the theme and the basic paradox informing it. Here's the poem. The Longman neglected to include it in the newer edition. The basic theme of this poem is that first and foremost, God lives in humans. As humans, we are tempted to sin yet every day, even though God himself is sinless. The paradox of the poem is that sin is everywhere, and humans have to fight the temptation God gives us. Thank you.